Utah, we have LaunchUp.
Our final company is iCount. And it's important that you listen to what they say, because somehow they're going to tell you how you can win an iPad. And iPads are really cool, so pay attention. Troy Bingham is the CEO, and he's going to present. They're helping in the world of politics to help make connections and to get things done, which, you know, even a tiny little bit improvement in getting things done with politics would be like, I mean, that's going to see large dividends return. So they, when I asked them what they would tell other entrepreneurs, they said, make sure you marry the right person. Number 2, learn from your failures because you will fail. Number 3, if you failed to marry the right person, don't be an entrepreneur. So Troy, come tell us. And one thing real quick, I know the pizza's here. They got here early, which is good and bad. So you're just going to have to wait. But here you go, Troy.
I'll actually keep it short because I want to get to the pizza first. So. Just click. Okay. All right, so I'm glad to be here. I want to introduce myself. My name is Troy Bingham, CEO and co-founder of iCount.com, and I've got some team members out here, Jason and Merrill, COO and CTO, and Jason does sales and marketing. Ryan's who's my personal hero. But I really want to thank Jeremy, because I know that he's against pretty much anything political, and so I appreciate for this opportunity to come and talk to you guys. And I also want to thank Dave for the excellent segue into our presentation. So iCount, we facilitate political communication. We bring together elected officials with their constituents. I'm just going to go over just a few different data points just to kind of frame the problem that we're looking to address. So right now, there are over 200 million registered voters in America. By a raise of hands, how many of us does that impact? How many registered voters in here? Okay. According to ABC News, 67% of us are frustrated at what our Congress is doing right now. That's pretty high. Again, raise of hand. How many people in here are frustrated as to what's going on politically? Can I get a wave starting over here? There's a 21% approval rating of Congress. To give that a good frame of reference, just under 20% of Americans believe that Elvis Presley is still alive. Just over 21% of Americans believe that there is a government conspiracy covering up the fact that aliens have landed. And so maybe it's those same people that think Congress is doing a good job. And recently, earlier this year with the healthcare reform debate, a Democrat senator from Ohio petitioned his constituents to find out how they felt, how he should vote on that particular bill. Over the course of a week, he got thousands of communications. 66% of those communications were from people or groups outside of his state. And so he was not able to actually get a good feel for what his constituents wanted, because they were using traditional means of communication. So what that means is our elected officials, they want to hear from us. We as constituents, we want to communicate with them, but then so does everybody else in the country. They all want to influence that elected official's vote their way. And so with all of that noise, the elected official becomes disengaged and the constituent becomes disengaged, and eventually there's no communication between the two. So what iCount does is, through a user validation process where we validate all of our users against the voters registration list, we're able to mute all of that noise so that our elected officials can actually listen to what the constituents are saying. Those constituents are able to go to the website and engage on several different levels, be able to vote on actual legislation, be able to take polls, be able to do several different things, and then we distill all of that information down into a very easy to read report and send that off to all of your entire elected delegation, not just a single senator or a single congressman. And then in return, we are able to report back information like the voters the vote history of your elected officials, their position on issues. They can also choose to engage with their constituents by doing direct responses to questions and comments, and by issuing polls to get information from their constituents. So I'm just going to real quick go through a little walkthrough of the website and some things that, as a user, that you can do. So of course, when you sign in, very first thing that you see there is a notification from your elected official asking for your opinion on a poll. Now, raise of hands, how many times, or who here has had their elected official ask them their opinion on anything? Okay, very few people. So I can go through and I can actually, voice my opinion just that quickly. I have now started that dialogue with my elected official. Within the site, I can also see people that are running for office. I can take a look at issues, their stance on those issues. I can compare them side by side in an election center where I can see how they stand on different issues compared to their competition. And then I can also vote on actual legislation. But I can also develop my opinion as well. I can read articles about it, headlines. I can enter into debates, develop my opinion, and then once I have an opinion, I can then voice that opinion to my elected official. And again, it doesn't just go to one individual. It goes to all of my senators, all of my congressmen at the state and the national level. And then I can also share that with my friends and family through several different social networking avenues. So how do we make money? There's actually several different ways: direct messages, banner advertising, donations. We can get a little bit off of that. There's analytics where candidates and elected officials are able to come in and get information on those polls and on those questions. And so where we're at right now, we've just launched. We've got about 350 active users. We are looking to continue the reach, continue the spread. And so that's the kind of challenges that we have been facing. And so our ask for help is to spread the word. So to win an iPad, and you can go back there to get details, whoever builds the largest network inside iCount by the end of September, we're going to give a free iPad to. And so there's instructions back in the corner, so we would appreciate if you helped with that. And then we also have a term sheet with a couple of active committed investors, and so we are looking to finish that round as well. So if there's any investors in here or anybody knows any investors that are interested in politics, we'd appreciate contact there. So.